that's how I'm feeling. Praying, baby. Hey, that song bops, y'all. I hope y'all having a great day. Um, Man, it has been a crazy July. But I made it, right? You made it. We here. We are here, baby. We are here. Looking at August in the face like, what's up? Oh, goodness. So, hold on. Can I just do this one time, YouTube? It's gonna be alright. Oh, yeah. Don't get it one time. Please don't copyright me. Okay. I'm cool. We're cool. We're gonna be cool. That sounds jam though. Okay. It really does. Okay. So we staring August in the face. Right? Like, what's up? What's next? I want to start off by saying this. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, who is a content creator, and we were actually recording together. And during this session of us chopping it up, we discussed the rates of STDs, right, and STIs. So, however you thought or your perspectives on them, they do exist, right? Whether it's man-made or not. Me personally, I do believe that they are man-made. But because of the diets that we have, we have weak immune systems, and our bodies cannot fight. That's just what it is. So we get these things. Now, just because it's man-made and we get these things does not make it okay or acceptable that we get these things, right? So what I'm going to say is make sure y'all are practicing safely out here in these streets, okay? And I don't know no other better way to put it, but if you're not trying, practice safe sex so you don't get that no, how they used to go, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Use a latex. No, is it practice safe sex? Use a latex so you don't get a latex saying I'm latex. Yeah, or some shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's old. But yeah, just take care of yourself out here. And be careful and be cautious. And everything that look good ain't good. And that's just the reality of it. And unfortunately, in today's society, man, it's so many walking crash dummies. It's ridiculous. Seriously. So they are playing some good songs. I gotta turn my phone off because my playlist is doing it up. Okay. Now, today, I want to talk about something that affects us all, right? Other than STDs. This thing called child support. It affects a lot of people. I almost want to say 50% of the population, but that's just my estimate. Okay? Don't hold me to it. Go do your own research. Child support, and when I say child support, I'm not talking about those of us that receive help or whatever from the other parent. In other means or even in forms of payment. But if those payments were, talked about between the parents and negotiated between us, and that's different. Or if you're like me and your children, their child's father is old, you know what I'm saying, you just receive a piece of his pension, right? But what about the millions of cases where people go downtown, and go and file for child support out of anger, out of wanting revenge? What about that? And the reason why I want to talk about that is because I am an adult who grew from being a victim of child support. That's what I would call. I would say a victim of child support, right? Because I feel like most children are victims when it comes to the child support system. Why? Because for one, it's like the relationship between the parent and the child is exploited for money. That's number one. Number two, it's almost like, I'm sorry, y'all. It's like, number two, it's like it ruins the possibility of a good upbringing. And not that it's not a bad, okay, it's not a bad upbringing, right? But it causes tension and frustration. And I'm going to explain that because when you go as a woman, if you decide to go downtown to your local child support office because you mad, okay, let's just be real, because you mad, right? Because things didn't go in your favor, or because he moved on, or even because you're not getting the right amount of money that you need from him, or what you feel is the right amount of money. You're putting stress on the relationship between the parent and, I'm just gonna say him, because let's be real, majority of the time it's the man. So you put stress on the relationship between the child and the father, a strain. And it shouldn't be, right? Because adults are supposed to carry their own weight. It's not the child's fault. But in realistic situations, if his check is $1,400 and he just got basically bamboozled, garnished for $800, he still has to pay his rent, his car note, his car insurance, his utilities, any other expenses that he may have. And then you want him to get that child for 2 days, or for some of y'all petty hoes, for 1 day out the week. And that might be for 3 hours, and you're expecting him to, take them shopping or take them out, do this, do that, where they're going to have to spend, I say, anywhere from $100 to $500, right, in that one sitting. Not that you have to do that every time, but this is what happens. So how can you not expect him to feel any type of way? How can you expect him to be happy picking up that child, knowing he can barely afford to go to any type of drive-thru to get your baby a snack or a meal? But then what makes it worse is you hoes will send your children with the father looking jacked up, expecting him to clothe them and make sure they come home with nice things. Oh, y'all, I feel like I gotta Mm. You know, I feel like he's supposed to do all these nice things, glamorous things, right? Meanwhile, you done got him. You got most of his check. Why you didn't dress the baby up? Why you didn't take the baby out? You know, at least if he could pick the child up for 3 hours, all he gotta do is take the baby to the park, because you done already took care of everything on the front end and said, you know, this what your daddy got you. Your daddy brought you these 3 outfits. Your daddy got you this. Your daddy got you. Y'all don't do that. You hoes selfish as hell. Y'all selfish. Y'all take that check and all you do is say, oh, well, he need to get this, that, and the third. But if you know that you're robbing him, it's different if he has the money. But if you know you're robbing him of all he has, what's wrong with you? And first off, why weren't you able to sit your... Now, I'm gonna say this. And this is not to say that white folks or Caucasians, whatever we calling ourselves these days, it's nothing against y'all, right? But this is a family issue right now. But to all you melanated sisters, black women, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, whatever you subscribe to, do better at handling your own affairs. Okay? That's number one. Number two, check that funky ass attitude when it's about that child. Period. Fuck your feelings. Get over it. Get over it. Stop getting in the way of that man being a father. That's just what it is. And to all you men out there, melanated men, black men, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever you subscribe to, do better when it comes to planting your seed. Not all women are bitter. Not all of us are out to get you. But you have to do better. Maybe we need to be cautious of what one is about, who they are, their characteristics and habits before we start planting seeds. That's important. It's very important. And women, the fact that we think we can just, like, how evil do you have to be to just be like plotting on, like, I could see if, and there are some men, right? Because I'm one who is totally against child support, right? But there are some men who are deserving. Look, I need some water, because, sorry, I gotta excuse my jug. It's hot where I'm at, okay? 92 today. Hot enough. What was I gonna say? Whew. That water was so refreshing. Y'all should try it. Maybe y'all need to drink some water. I don't know. I'm thirsty. I need a little bit more. Hold on. I've really been drinking a gallon a day. I don't know what's going on with how thirsty I've been, but I've been thirsty. Now, where was I? Women, we have to be more careful with whose seeds we decide to take in. Be cautious of who we choose to sleep with. Okay? And not only that, but sis, you can't get mad if you just a one night. Sis, you can't get mad because he didn't choose to marry you. Sis, you can't get mad because you think you're entitled to everything that he owns and that he owes you something because you chose to have his child. He don't owe you nothing. Nothing at all. Last time I checked, going half on the baby is a real thing. We ain't gonna get into all that. But it's a real thing. And it took two. It took two. Okay? So it ain't his fault. It's like when y'all go and get child support, it's like you saying, it's your fault. It's your fault. No, it's not his fault. And in fact, that baby is just as much yours as it is his. So how come you aren't putting in just as much money as he is? Because I done seen what some of y'all do. I done seen it. And I'm not talking about when you treat yourself from time to time with it. I'm not talking about when you had to pay a bill with it. No. No. There are some who never swipe their little child support card for the child. And I've witnessed a father actually physically take that card from his child's mother and give it to the child because now the child is a teenager. So perhaps we need to do better. Do better. We're just so out of order when it comes to this child support system. And then what is the point? Because you go down there, they garnish his check for $800. You get $400. The state gets the rest. Like, that's a ripoff. Like, what? Nah, I want the whole $800. If I need $800, I'd rather just ask him, can I have the $800? Why go through another entity? And not only that, it looks like when you have to go through a system like child support, unless it's extremely necessary, like in cases of you can't find the child's father or, whatever, something like that. No. Like, what? It's insane. It's a rip-off. You're better off just asking him, hey, I need the money for this bill. Hey, I need money for this. I need money for that. But to go through the stasis, it's a ripoff. They take 8, they keep 4, they give you 4. And in some cases, they get more than you do. I mean, all we're saying to the law is that we're not capable of handling our own affairs. I mean, we're adults, right? So if we're adults, then how come we're not able to negotiate? You're that bitter? Ma'am, you're that bitter? Or sir, you're that bitter? Can we not have a conversation pertaining to a child that carries both of our DNA? What the hell is wrong with us? It's insanity. I don't even know how y'all put yourselves through it. I could never. Never have and never will. And even if my child's father, chose not to participate or chose not to, fill out the paperwork to make sure that I got what I needed on his behalf, I'd be doing it on my own. I'd be thugging it out, as they say. I'd be thugging it out, period. I'd be getting it out the mud. Because after you accept this is what you're doing, this child is coming, there's no one else to blame. There's no one else to blame. We did it together. Now, in some cases, maybe not. And I'm not speaking on those cases. That's not my area of expertise. But in those areas where, we knew what we were doing and we did that, come on now. Let's do better. Let's do better. Let's do better. And on that note, let me talk about this real quick. Because I wasn't going to say nothing about it. But since, this is a channel for average living folk, right? This election gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, y'all. It's gonna be crazy. First off, I don't get into politics like that, right? But I'll say this. You gotta be a fool. A fool. To think that you have a choice. It's what I say. I do support if you're gonna vote for your, states and, local office and things of that nature, because that's where you'll see change and that's where it's effective. But anything past that, it's all in question to me. And I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to keep my mouth closed. I love listening to it. I love watching it. I love all the content that's being done around politics and everything that's going on in politics. The only thing that I remotely even wanted to do that probably would have been close to politics was when I had the dream of being a prosecutor. I know, y'all like, what the hell, a prosecutor? Yeah, I did. I thought about being a prosecutor at one point in life. But, yeah, I love, for one, I'm here for the entertainment. I love it. And I might be criticized for saying that I love the entertainment, but don't let my what they call it, shits and giggles. Don't let that confuse you with me not knowing. Oh, I'm 100%, 1,000% aware of what's going on. However, I think we should just let when they voting again. When they vote, look, when they vote in November, y'all vote in November. Uh, I think that's when y'all vote. Yeah, I think that's when the people in the U.S. vote. Y'all vote in November. I don't subscribe. Mm-mm. I subscribe to America. I don't subscribe to that over there. Y'all vote in November, and I think we know who's gonna win. You know, I say this for shits and giggle purposes. I'll be waiting on another stimulus. I'm sorry, like it's just what it is. I'll be waiting on another stimulus because guess what? I ain't worried about nothing else. I don't feel like life has really, well, I don't feel like society, and I'm a person, I guess you could say I'm somewhat well traveled and experienced, semi at least. So I don't really think it on the surface, it looks like a lot of things have changed. But when you get to digging, when you get to doing your research, when you listen to other perspectives and ideologies and different walks of life, you be like, well, wait a minute. Ain't shit really changed. What's going on? Like, the only thing I think that's changed is the fact that what they trying to do? They trying to like start flying to outer space and stuff like that to normally or regularly, like people will be able to take flights at one point at some point, but other than that, I mean, what? Come on, y'all, like really, I'm just saying, I feel like if you share my reflection, we done been through so much. Do it really matter? If there's gonna be a war, we just gonna have to do what we gotta do. If there's a Great Depression, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to start shacking up. Families gonna have to come together. I'm very much that person, like, we'll do what we gotta do. We gonna survive. That's our, if they can't say nothing else that's correct about the American indigenous or African Africans, whatever you subscribe to, if they can't say nothing else correct, if they can't teach us anything proper about who we are, one damn thing we know is, damn it, we gonna make it through whatever. So it don't even matter. It don't really matter. The only thing that matters is that we need to be doing for self. That's it, and that's all. That's our answer, and that's the only way out. But yeah, I'll be waiting on the stimulus though. I mean, if they send them there, I'm not gonna send mine back. I mean, I don't know what y'all gonna do. I mean, because nobody who wanted that man to send, nobody who wanted that man in there sent their stimulus back. I mean, I didn't hear nobody say, "Oh, I'm sending my stimulus back because I don't like you." I ain't hear nobody say that. And if they really start giving out $6,000 and $7,000 a month or whatever the heck, I don't think nobody is gonna be sending that money back. Nobody. All right, y'all. Now, my only concerns are around like clean water and our food. That's it. That's it. Everything else we can work out, and even honestly, even the food and water, cause that's actually one of my goals by the maybe by the end of the year, but really maybe by the end of next year, is to learn how to process, how to clean my own. I'm going. I can't tell y'all everything, but that's on my list, and then what I plan to do with that. But being able to clean my own water is a goal of mine. Knowing how to do it, doing it for myself and, loved ones, that's important to me. Especially the times that we live in. We think that our water is like A1, but it's not. It's not. I actually am in an area, where I reside is, well, I think it was back in maybe 2019. It might have been 2020. It was considered the third place on like out of all the states or all the cities in the U.S. that had the cleanest water. The city that I lived in was number 3. Yep, number 3. So that's one thing that I would like to do. That's a concern for me, but everything else, excuse me, y'all. When it comes to food, we're gonna figure that out too. Everything else can be worked out. Housing, pick your family or go live with your family. That's just what it's gonna be. Me personally, I'm gonna be picking my family. But we gonna be all right. Ain't nothing to worry about. We worried about a whole bunch of nothing. For real. If you want to be honest, it's something, but it's nothing at the same time. And that's the crazy part. But yeah, we're gonna be straight. Us for 2025, okay? Life for 2025, okay? Living good for 2025, okay? Being healthy for 2025, longevity for 2025. I ain't putting no person name on it. That's just what it is. But yeah, that's where I'm at on that. But we gotta do better. We'll get better with time, right? A lot of us have been through a lot of things, and that's what those things that we've gone through causes us to make poor decisions in people, in things, habits that we have, how we treat others. So we just have to do better. And no more child support for 2025. How about that? No more child support for 2025. I feel as that y'all should vote me in office to take all you ninjas off child support. Well, yeah. But no child support for 2025. Okay? How about that? That's a goal. Can we start rekindling our families? How about that? Can we do that? Let's take child support off the table. Can we start, instead of child support, how about family therapy? Now, if you all go to file for child support, that's what they should put you through first. Family therapy. For the parents and the child together. And then go through steps. And then when you go through those steps, say they set out like a path. You have 5 things on that path that you have to go through before they say, okay, y'all qualify for child support. That's what should be happening. And family therapy should be on that list. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I also think that if you were to qualify for the child support, you have to list out what are the child's activities on a month-to-month basis. Because let's be clear, we know we have to pay bills already. We know we have to put food on the table already. We know the child needs clothing and shoes, right? So how about outside of that? Because really, as the primary parent or caretaker of the child, you're supposed to be able to provide at least 50% of that. All you should be looking for is maybe another, I wouldn't even say another 50%, because most of y'all be having multiple children and y'all only press 1/5 for all y'all children. I have a friend that's going through that right now. He has a baby mother who has 5 children, but he's the only one on child support because she's pressing him for enough child support so she can take care of all of her children who have different fathers. And no, she's actually not a melanated woman or a black woman. She's not that at all. She's actually a white lady. If that gives you context. But she's pressing him for more money because she has 5 children. And that happens a lot. That happens a whole hell of a lot. A woman has multiple children. She pressed one of the fathers for a lot more, or for more money, or for whatever, just for more of everything, because that's the only one she feels she can get it from, or the only one she feels like is weak enough that she can bully. Yep. But I believe that you should have a list of activities, because usually that's what costs. Okay, I am a parent, and I can tell you that that's what costs. My child is 9, approaching 10, and activities are what cost the most. Shoes, clothes, you buy those routinely, but kind of like on a seasonal basis. At least I do, unless I'm just out. I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is that. Usually seasonal, and usually off season, which means in the summer, ladies, if you're doing the majority of the shopping, even fellas too, when you're shopping for your children, just a little side note, shop off season, is cheaper. In the summer, buy up all the winter things that you need, fall and winter. In the fall and winter, buy up all the summer things you need. Off season is always cheaper. Anywho, but those are things that you buy routinely, but not like every month, because they should have enough that you don't have to buy every month. So what are the activities? When they get to ages like, I'll say like 5, 6 and up, sometimes you have gymnastics, you have sport, different sports and things of that nature that they'll participate in. And those costs, they can be very costly. Summer camps, costly. Private school, costly. Homeschool co-op program, costly. Okay, even when they're just one day a week, costly. Tutors, costly. If you have a little girl, I don't know, if she has to see a hairstylist or whatever, like, costly. So children get costly based on activities and the older they get. has been my understanding so far. And I think that child support officers should, result to doing that so that they can make sure that the funds that they are allowing these mothers to garnish from the father or get from the father, they should make sure that it's being used appropriately. That's it, and that's all. And I said what I said. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. They lucky I'm not working down there at the child support. I would be like, y'all got therapy tomorrow. You want how much money? Girl, he don't even make $200 a day. How do you want 200? I'm just saying. Sometimes y'all ask for too much. And I think y'all delusional with these amounts that y'all want. And the only reason the child support or family court goes for it, and especially these bull crap emotions, these bull crap motions that y'all put in when y'all go to family court, like y'all so unfair because most of that is based on hearsay. None of it is hardly ever true. Like y'all make up whole stories to get a check. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous. All you gotta do is use your common sense. Humble yourself a little bit. Remember who you had a child with first off. Take a good look. Some of y'all just need to take a good look. If you had a child with somebody who worked at Walmart, do not be asking that man for his whole check. It's not even realistic. Anywho. Just earth to you, sis, earth to you. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back down here. You up here, bring it back down here. And let's get it together. And because really, it's not about how much money he makes. It's not even about how much money it takes. It's really about the real child support that's necessary. And that is being there, being around, being a part of, participating, being there for your son or daughter. You know what I'm saying? Being that first, for me in my situation, I'll speak from being a little girl. Your father is your first boyfriend. That's just what it is. He's the first man that shows you and validates you as a woman. And so it's important. That relationship you have with your father is everything. And I'm an adult now saying this. So, even if he don't have the money, work with him if he's willing to still be there and be a father. But I'm getting ready to go. I got a long day tomorrow. And I feel like I'm making everybody in the house be extremely quiet when they don't want to anymore. They're trying so hard to hold it in. But until next time, love yourself. Be patient with others as you would want them to be patient with you. Respect yourself first. Demand it from others. Take care. Peace. Mwah.